Honey, I'm home. Hi, my name is May, it's pronounced like the month, and this is my Q&A. The end of April is always the worst time for me because everybody comes up to me being like, hey, it's gonna be May. That it is, because time is a concept. So I dyed my hair. You can tell that I'm going through some shit because I used the Lime Crime Unicorn hair dye in Anime, and then I used just regular bleaching powder and a 40 volume because my hair is so short. I don't care if I damage it, I'm gonna shave it off in like 2 days anyways. Yeah, let's get into it. Thanks so much for being patient with me. What did you do before becoming a full-time Instagram goddess? My heart. So I still have a full-time job since I'm a Virgo. As I say all the time, I like to have some stability in my life. I like getting out of the house. It makes me feel productive, and I find that if I, dedicated all my time to Instagram and to YouTube, I would have to stay at home a lot, and then I go a little stir crazy, and it's just not good. So yeah, I have a full-time job still. I work as a receptionist for a tattoo company head office, and it's a lot of fun, and I love everybody there. Would childhood May think current May was cool? I feel like sometimes we become the people we said we'd never be as kids, or end up loving things we used to think were scary or strange. I was such a quiet child. I was, the most basics of basic. I think I can put some photos up here as well. I never in my wildest dreams, so I'm like, oh yeah, let's get some tattoos. Let's like shave my head off. I think that would be a crazy concept to me as a child. I wanted to go into science. I wanted to, have the white picket fence with the golden retriever and a bunch of kids. That was kind of my goal until I turned around 14. I don't think childhood me would think of being here. And if I met someone like myself as a child, I probably would be terrified. How was your life growing up? And in high school, what was your mindset and atmosphere like? High school was pretty tough. I was that kid that just never showed up to school. I didn't have many friends in high school, which is such a cliche, but that was like, I'm so comfortable being alone. That's what I preferred anyways. I moved out of my house when I was super, super young. So, balancing trying to be an adult at such a young age, also going to high school, and also just like figuring out my life was pretty difficult. But I don't regret anything that I've done or that I did or the people that I've met, because I wouldn't be here looking like this, acting like this, without those life experiences and without meeting those people. So high school was tough, as it is with mostly everybody, but here I am, and I've never been happier. Do you like any weird food combinations? I remember when I was super young, I like blended cold cut ham and chocolate milk together, and I thought that was like the most delicious thing ever. I should probably do that. I should try that again. What's your zodiac sign? If you know your moon and rising, what is it? So I think everybody knows I'm a Virgo now, but my moon is an Aquarius, which I like identify heavily with. Aquarius people, we try to be like the wackiest versions of ourselves. We like thrive off being unique. And then my Cancer ascending, yeah, she cries. I cry a lot. What do you do to relax when you're stressed? I am never one of those people that thrives under being stressed. Sure, I can like finish the job at hand, but I don't take any pleasure in being stressed. So one thing that I like to do is I just like to listen to the music that reflects my mood. So I'm never gonna be stressed and listen to like super calm music, because that's not gonna calm me down. I listen to equally stressed and or angry music. Get on that level, dance it out a little bit in my kitchen. Face masks are also great. Trash TV that you don't really need to think about is fantastic. Yeah, again, like I'm such a homebody. I'm never like one of those people to like talk it out with like my friends or my family. So just like having me time, and like truly me time, like being as wacky as possible and just not having to be super structured and to do whatever the fuck I want when I'm stressed is honestly the best release ever. Would you ever do a video covering all your tattoos? I actually filmed one that I scrapped last month. It was just me fully clothed, sitting in my full ass bathtub with a bunch of bubbles, drinking 2 bottles of rosé, basically talking about every tattoo that I have. It's tough. I felt like at the very end, maybe because I was drunk, but I was like droning on a little bit, and I want to be as like concise and as organized as possible. So like it's not just like a me like blabbing on. It can be a reference piece or a reference point to like not only myself but like to you guys as well. Just like, here, you want to know about my tattoos? Here you go. Everything's all time stamped. I want something like that. I want it to be like a concrete thing. That's it. Are you dating anyone right now? I'm not. I've had my fair share of relationships with everybody underneath the sun. Male, female, non-binary. I've had my long-term relationships. I've had my flings. And I think at this moment right now, I just don't know what I want. I know that sounds like super terrible, but me as a Virgo woman, like I have a certain ideal for everything, and I know that I'm always right, and I know like the path that I want to be on. I just want, now I'm rambling. But before when I was like 17, 18, I was like, oh my God, I want someone like to be my life. I want, to, identify like through that person, just be one combined unit, this person and I don't think that's for me or my thought process anymore. I now think it's just like, you have your life, I have mine. I just want to hold hands in the middle and just share my life with you, and you share your life with me. There you go. So long story short, no, I'm not dating anyone right now. How is your relationship with your parents in general, also before and after tattoos? I think I glossed over it a while back. I had a pretty tough relationship with my parents growing up. That's why I left so early. I left house super early. And I think that was the best decision for all of us. My parents ended up getting divorced, so it was now like tackling a dissolve of many relationships, of me moving out and my parents no longer being together, and like figuring out my relationship with them separately. Now they're no longer together. It was tough, even before tattoos. But I can easily say in like the last 2 years, I've never been closer to my parents. That's the term, right? Like I'm close with my parents. Again, we don't really talk about our feelings. We don't really talk about we don't have like cry sessions or anything like that. I've learned to see my parents as humans and not as like parental figures where, they had a whole ass life before me and they have, their shit too. And I guess like once I got rid of that ideal, I started opening up to them and we started communicating again. And I can easily say my dad in particular is my best friend. He is not doing that today. He is my biggest support. And I think with the tattoos, the tattoos in my relationship with my parents, my mom fucking hates them. She hates them so much. But it's okay. I'm like, they're on, baby. Like, what can you do about it? Make me go to my room? I haven't lived with you in like 7 years. With my dad, I think he was mostly scared because he thought I wouldn't be able to, find love, get a job, have like stability, hang out with the wrong people. Like, he had so many stereotypes in his head about tattoos that when I started, I moved out, I live by myself in downtown Toronto. I have this, I have you guys, I have my full-time job, I have friends who genuinely care about me. Once that fear washed off of him, he doesn't even see them anymore. I know that when he looks at me, I'm still his little girl. And it's one of the best feelings ever. So yeah, we got pretty hot and heavy in this. Thanks so much for asking all these questions. There are 200 of them. I think I've only touched 10. Thanks so much for answering my questions. I had so many questions. Thank you for Thank you for asking me your questions. Hopefully my answers made somewhat bit of sense. If not, read me out. Yeah, I know some of it I was blabbing on a little bit, but hopefully my thoughts made sense. Okay, I need to stop talking. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.